So yes, guys. Welcome to this session. Today we'll be looking into in deep about the performing the crowd operations and connecting the DB. We have already connected the DB yesterday, but yeah, we'll try to perform all the operations today. And now you guys get to know. I will spend some time more understanding with the SQL Alchemy and SQL Alchemy.orm. Okay, let us start it. Okay, I will share my screen. So let us go inside fastapi projects. So so first project bin. Hello, hi Arjit. Super. How are you, bro? Nice to meet you. Hello. How is the life going? Uh, so, mm, but, mm, how is Hyderabad? Okay, so this is the code. So, see, the SQL is coming, what I said, right? So, you are importing the engineer and the column integer and string. Those things you guys are using while creating the model. Okay, right. So, and you are creating the URL database. It might be any database. Okay. So the database might be two things like SQL, SQLite, Postgres, and SQL. So you can, and this is the name of the database. What you are trying to do it. Right now we are using SQLite, and the DB name is do. And when you explore the project, you'll get to know here one to do .db might be created at your end also. So you're creating a session local where using the session maker. This session maker coming from the ORM. So declarative base where which you will pass into each model, which will perform the validations, everything and all, and you are using the session. You are okay. Okay, okay, these two we have used it. Session we'll try to explore later. Okay, try now. What are all the things? Any doubts? If you guys have encountered yesterday, I can hear it out from your end. Otherwise, I will try to continue. Okay. So let's now extend. So we are doing this right. So it's not appropriate. I think so. So what while creating the mm, user, uh, if these things work, let us check it out. Mm, you are trying to do it, but you are done the creation. Get all okay. Now let us create an API where app. Let us see. Okay. No doubts as there are user users and user underscore ID. Here will be databases. Here will create get single user. Here you will pass in the user ID here, and also The one thing is common is db session local equal to depends get underscore db. Okay. Now return db dot query. Let us see how. So any new things if you are learning using that, please not a bad idea, guys. Okay. So nowadays, previously we used to learn documentation, right? And write the code. So now the ChatGPT is doing the things much more easy for us. But one thing we need to understand is the more we need to learn a lot, like, and we have to become more precise in our things. So yes, what it will try to do, yes, it will try to reveal a query dot using the filter. Okay, so query dot use filter of user dot id equal to user underscore id dot first, and here you are doing this thing. Okay, this is not indented properly. I will indent it. Yes. Uh, yes. Here is the one catch. So user ID if always it has to be int, right? So you can decide the like what data type also we are expecting from for this method. Okay. Yeah. So this is the get query. Let us run it. We call space main dot app reload. So guys, yeah, could not. Okay. Oh, we are not in the first. Okay. We are not in the particular project, guys. Mm. Ah, yes. Now the things are good. Okay, now see. So, like previously, we used to run all the things. Right now, there is no worries. You can get all those things. Now, today I will create a user called Arjun. Uh, uh, Arjun, Arjun@gmail.com. I will try to create the user. So you got this thing. Uh, okay, that request is going in this format. Okay, okay, like this. Okay, let us see. So there is an error. Invalid perhaps. Okay, comma I have okay, I have not mentioned the comma. Okay, okay. Invalid arguments field. In check the class main dot is the identity field. Okay, if you are returning type anonymous. Okay, okay, okay. These are the fields. Okay, so let us ask. Okay. So validates incoming data, generates accurate. So create user create. Yeah, here is the response, user response, right? Yeah, that's what I exactly wanted to make those changes. So let us try to do this. Okay, base model like using declarative base. Okay, let us see whether we can do it using declarative base or not. So see, since we are at the learning phase, right? So okay, don't no, I want everything. So they are trying to segregate it, but I don't want to be segregated right now because we'll try to do this same as it is. Okay. Everything now. So follow rest page of a list of the user post. Okay, this is written. Okay. So later on we'll structure this, but let's not do this right now because you will. So later on, one by one, if you do the structuring part, right? Once you understand, then that would be more good and more this thing instead of doing the structuring part now only. Okay. So that's why I'm not doing it now only. Purposefully, I'm not doing it now. So let us see how what it is. Okay, the engine is there, user base is there. Okay, yes, see the base model comes into picture. So, so the base model now, the Pydantic has included it. Okay. Now, one thing we have to look into, right? We are right now we are not doing any base model. So, is there any field validation? Okay, name field is not provided. Okay, this thing guy is doing. Okay, but why? How the thing is like we were told that Pydantic will do it, right? Uh, so the name. Okay, if you are passing like this, you're trying to add. Okay. Mm, now let's ask. in detail, like in the previous how the code or how the so so our system is too slow. So guys, so you guys are exploring first step at exploring first step, right? So one thing I wanted to share, like, so only doing CRUD operations or only doing DB operation doesn't uh, get get us anything, like doesn't get any job guarantee or not. So we have to do a application where everything is involved, like authentication you are doing serialization, where anyhow here it is much of the things are taken care by framework itself, but each and everything in detail if you know only, then there is a good chance of getting into a certain company right now, because with the chat GPT everything, the documentation is available so easily, so that so each and every interviewer is expecting minimum uh, things to be covered, and so that when you join, you know, like only KT has to be given, but other than that, there is no code that is assistance can be given to this resource. We should be this. So original code. This you might wonder, I am not using Python. So first, Adobe creates a identical model behind the scene for the function parameters. So how fast is function is like create function name. Now internally it will use auto generate. Oh. Okay, you didn't write it, but faster use of identity to internally validate those things. Suppose you call first API receives this. Okay, okay, like this. Mhm. Okay, but let us. Okay, now internally it is doing okay, but I wanted to follow this approach where from identity import, okay, base model, and email str, like it will try to check the things maybe. Okay, we'll see in detail. Okay, everything we have to see in detail. And now, uh, okay, here, Hmm. Okay, here it is. So now here until here there is no code changes. Now these things until here there were no changes. Now you will define a class user create now base model and I need to validate name str and email. Maybe it will check the format ID. So let us see. And while creation you are doing, and while so this is equivalent to generating a serializer like okay this user response. Here also I will try name and email. So I will try to hide the primary key. Okay. Now this thing model config from attributes model config equal to from attributes. I'm setting this as 2. So now the DB connection is correct. Everything is there. Now here comes this. Go to the post here. Okay, user. Here when you enter it, here only it will come the response underscore model equal to what it will take user response support. And status code will come. See, you have to import the status also. Okay, then in the fastapi you in the fastapi you can import the status also. Okay, so we'll also import the status. I hope you guys are getting step by step getting. Please comment yes if you are getting guys. Also you are trying to do the same as exactly what we are trying to do. Okay. Huh? Yes. So status. So then go here status http dot uh, http status dot 201 create. So status dot create. So this is the one. So status code equal to this. You have done this here in the create. So instead of this, I will use user create. The DB connection is there. The second line also. Mm, okay, okay. Where we are doing try and exam. So if you are raising an exception in fast API, also you have to include it. So you just have to write this. You have to include this. Okay, it's exception and status. Now the post thing. What they are trying to do it here? Do you guys understand? They are trying to match the email ID. If the email ID is there, they are trying. If the existing email ID is already there, right? They are telling it as a bad request and email is already there, and there is a try and exempt batch. Here it is trying to create a record. Exempt will roll the rollback. Okay, so we'll try to add these things slowly here, one by one. Okay, your create thing is fine here until here. Okay, now comes existing underscore user db dot scalar dot select of user where email equal to user dot email. If existing user is already there, I will write an HTTP exception telling that status code equal to status dot HTTP 400 bad request. Okay, and what are the detail you will give? I will give detail email is exits. Okay, if that is not the case, then I will do a try and exempt batch. So in the try db underscore user so here db dot add db underscore user db dot commit and db dot refresh. So these three things, and here you will return db underscore user here. Okay, so super. If it is not adding, you will try to write an exempt, and exempt exception you will be raising. Okay, db dot rollback and right. So only these things I have done it. Okay, I will try to remove everything here. So what are the new things you have done? You added a status, you have included the HTTP, these things. Now you have created a user, you are using the base model which you have used it. Now you are creating a response and you are sending the status previously how used to, and now the code looks more in detail and um, more structured. All the cases are covered. Okay, getting it? Okay, now that yeah, my point is to show everything in one. So major libraries we will be using these only, the status, HTTP exception and all. So why why the use of these things comes into picture means, so if anything happens, so how the exception rises, what are all the things we are using to raise an exception, those things you needed exactly. So in the interviews to understand, like so the interview knows now since um 42 line. Okay, we have missed the braces. That's it. So small things, these things, syntax, we need to fix. Okay, now one thing, email validator is not installed. Pydantic email. Okay, so pip install Pydantic colon email. Okay, these things we have to do it. Okay, let us do it. Pip install Pydantic email. Let us try to run this. You, what is the error? My laptop is too slow today. Please forgive me. So one thing I wanted to share you guys before this work, uh, and recommended. Okay, with the braces also work. Okay, single brace and double brace. Okay, one thing you got to know now. Silicon main. So now the things are working fine now. Okay, I will roll it. Superb. See, try it out. I will now try it out with empty, and here the sample also is shown like this. So let us create my name. You created a friend's name now. Sarah@gmail.com. So I will try to execute now. There is an internal server error. Okay, let us see what is the error. Select is not defined. Name error. Let us see. Here. We might have done some small issue. So did we miss any dependencies? Okay, yes. In the SQL alchemy, you have to use the select. Okay, now go there and add select. See? So this is how you will try to fix it. No application will be perfect at first instance. Okay, you have to work and then you will fix one by one. See, now it is working. Now I will try to then it will say email is already existed. Now guys, you can see this URL come previously it was coming with Come in with what I want you to guys to commit. Please commit. Then I will understand. I am sure that you guys are looking into this seriously. We have already done this. Previously, it was coming in the URL. How it was? The query parameters were shown, right? Now the query parameters are not shown, right? So the query parameters should not be shown in the URL. So you have changed accordingly the code where the parameters are not displayed now. Okay, you are sending the code, sending the things like this instead of those things. Okay, getting and see the response. There is no key also. Okay, let us create Ravi. Okay, from yesterday we are creating guest overall journey. So here, see, Ravi, there is no primary key because you have added in the response, you have created a user response where there is no, you are not returning the key. Okay, these are all the things which we need to be known of. Okay, now today we have designed on another API where this is the one. So you will pass the primary key means. So you will get the response. Okay. Here also what I will do if you want the things like response underscore model equal to user response. Now I will try to execute it. See now, see for now the response is changed, right? That's the use. That's the use of this thing. Getting it? Getting? Please add a comment. Got it? So today still we are not able to perform thread. That's okay, but we have understood how. So when it will do the query params, when it will eliminate those query params and user create. So in the question in the interview, whenever the user asks, you will get to know step by step. When you do things step by step, right, you will get to understand more insight. See, so you have created a class user create and user colon. Before it was just name, str, email, str. Okay, like this it was there. So let us try to run it out now. Hmm. So that where is the impact now? See the things. It used to show like the sample format, so now it is not showing. Now I will enter Rohit Rohit@gmail.com. So execute. Now the things. See require parameters. Forget of the errors. See here. So this line is making a lot of sense to us. So since we have done user create and you are calling the user create class here, now the things goes. Now when you perform, now when I refresh it, right? See there is a structure. Okay. If you are getting, please comment getting or please comment guys so that we will move like we'll explore more. So I now wrap the session today. I will end the session today. But one thing, jumping into the next topic, are you guys now getting how the things are working? Slowly we are getting used to this framework. That is fine. So the query part, these things will not memorize. You will get based on the practice. You will get used to it. But the main thing is what the use of this, what this particular line is doing, what this particular line is doing, why, what are all the dependencies, how they are getting into play. Understanding these things is more important when while working with any programming language. Okay. Please add a comment. Got it. so that I will wrap this session now. We can do it tomorrow. We can continue doing it tomorrow. Okay, guys. Okay. So have a nice day. Please go through the session again and make the changes accordingly. If you are encountering with any problem, please add a comment so that in the next things we'll look into it deeper. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Code version. Hello, hello. Okay. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe to our channel. Um, so we are working with the fastapi framework right now. We are exploring it phase by phase. Yeah, please support the channel. Please subscribe, guys. Thank you, guys.